KWTN 100.9 FM, Allen, Nebraska. The official radio station of the Winnebago tribe.
Hello. Good day, everybody. Welcome to Winnebago Talks. We'll be here over the airwaves of KWTN 100.9 FM. I am Bethany Redhorn, the Communications Office Manager, and I will be serving as the host for today's episode. But I am joined here in the studio by some special guests who will get an introduction here in a brief moment. So we'll be featuring a small business. They'll tell us about some of their what they have to offer down there and how they kind of came about and their services, and they even have an exciting announcement that goes with it as well, because there's only one of the kind that they offer in the area. They only have a service that is one of a kind in the area, so we'll get to that. And then we'll also have Big Fire Law coming on. Danelle will be joining us for a discussion about the recent Supreme Court decision with the Indian Child Welfare Act. And we'll also have Boys and Girls Club joining us to talk about some of their exciting announcements. So I'm gonna give my special co-host over here and special guest a chance to introduce themselves. So go ahead, guys.
Good morning, everybody. I am Tyler Snake, the Winnebago Indian News Office Circulation Manager.
And my name is David Cox. I am co-owner of Native Made Pizzeria down in Walt Hill, Nebraska.
All right, David, welcome to the Big Boy Studio. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come join us for this episode today. To talk about some of the stuff, can you kind of give us some insight on what your business is called, where are you located at, and give us some of the basics of what you guys offer down there?
Okay, so we are a newly established business as of this year. We're called Native Made Pizzeria. We're located at 307 Main Street in Walt Hill, Nebraska. We do specialize in pizzas at the moment. We do have wings, chicken strip baskets. We do specials during the weekend, and right now our hours of operation are from 5 to 9 Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we try to stay open from about 3 to 11 o'clock at night.
Okay,
and
nice.
The special announcement she was talking about is we do offer delivery to Winnebago, Macy, Walt Hill, and Rosalie at the moment. As we grow and our operation grows, we'll think about expanding our delivery service throughout Thurston County. And we are, as far as I know, the only restaurant right now in the Thurston County area that offers a delivery service for our product. And if you do want to order, our number is 402-837-9352. It is not a Macy landline number. It is a cell phone. So, or you can follow us on our page at Native Made, and in parentheses it'll say Native Made Pizzeria.
Mm-hmm.
So you can follow us on Facebook or call us or spread word of mouth, and we'll be trying to do community outreach programs as well. As we get going, we'll maybe partner with the Boys and Girls Club here.
Yeah.
Maybe have like a pizza party for the kids or something.
That'll be awesome.
So we're big into that, and the way that we came about was me and my wife we met last year at Gladys's memorial, and we got married on my mom's birthday, which was May 8th of this year. And my mom's been gone for 3 years now. May she rest in peace in heaven. But we just want to be advocates for the Native American people, to let you know that no matter how old you are or what you've done in your past, your dreams are not too big to follow. We overcame addiction, and we're sober now, and we live a sober life. And I've been sober for 6 years from alcohol and about 2 years from any drug substances. And I know my wife, she's been going on 2 years now from that too.
That's
so
awesome.
we just want you to know that your dreams are never too big to follow. So we want to put that out there. We're small business owners, and we try to advocate for our Native American people, because we know that methamphetamine, especially around our res, is a big pandemic, and we are against it. And we hope that one day, our people can realize how big of a pandemic it is, and try to come clean off of that, without the help of having to hire from outside and losing our sovereignty over it. So that's kind of what we offer. We do offer a wide range of foods, and right now our wings are popular sellers, and
You
our
said
prices.
you added some new flavors, right?
Oh yeah, we got a new medium buffalo. We just had the mild buffalo, but we have a medium buffalo now, and so we got buffalo medium, mild, lemon pepper, sweet chili, garlic parmesan, and barbecue wings. And in the near future here, I'll be incorporating ghost pepper and California Reaper sauces.
Ooh.
So
I don't even like spicy, but
and then our pizzas, we have our meat galore, and they're only 12-inch right now. We plan on moving up to 16 inches in the near future. But we have 12-inch pizzas. It comes supreme, meat galore, Hawaiian, or you can get Italian sausage or pepperoni, or any choice of toppings that you choose, up to 4 toppings. So, and like I said, we do offer delivery. So, if you're kind of wondering about that, especially for our elders, we offer vet discounts as well, as long as you bring your vet card or you
Nice.
have your vet card, and we do senior discounts as well. So
Pretty nice.
yeah, a lot of variety as well. So if you are looking to, how do they say it? When you're trying to like,
just say, if you're looking to eat, just come take your seats at Native Eats.
definitely.
Rhymes too.
Not only is the small business offering variety with pizza and wings, but you also have a really powerful message as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good backstory.
And I really I appreciate you sharing your story as well. And hopefully we can collaborate too here at the Big Voice with Native Made Pizzeria. We
want
like to do
pizza
a lot of
party, too.
No problem.
we like to do a lot of community events as well. But besides that, do you have any shout outs you want to give, David, or any special recognition?
Yeah, I just want to thank the village of Walt Hill for giving us an opportunity to be in the location we're at, and for the Ho Chunk Community Development Center for helping us with our small business loans that we needed to secure the funding for our shop to be open. And then I want to send a special shout out to my wife, Dinah Walker. Without her, wouldn't have been possible. This is kind of her dream. And with both of us, we just kind of made it happen, with me being able to handle like the computer and financial side of it.
Yep.
And her being able to like put her ideas to fruition. So without her, it wouldn't have been possible for us to be able to do this. And then I want to send a special shout out to all of our supporters that we've had so far, especially to Xander Yellowhorse. He's one of our regulars. So without him, we wouldn't be able to continue to do the things we're doing, and he's a big help to us, and he always says that. So and if you guys ever follow him on your page, or if you have him, he always posts little videos and stuff of the food that we make.
Okay.
So just special shout out to them. And then I want to send a shout out to you guys for allowing us to be on the show, so we greatly appreciate it. And I think that's one of the things that we needed, was this kind of exposure on the radio and stuff to be able to put our business out there.
Definitely.
Because I know a lot of people don't know what we are. They just see an open sign in the window, and we don't have like the banners and stuff up yet, but we're hoping to get that done soon as well. So just so people know, again, the address is 307 Main Street in Walt Hill. It's right across from Charter West Bank, where the old Papa Joe's coffee shop used to be at. So
Hey, do you guys have a Facebook page?
yeah,
Yeah, they native made. And we did share a graphic on our Big Voice page as well. So right now, for those that are listening on the radio, we're just going through some visuals from their Facebook page. So if you wanted to check them out on Facebook, it's Native Made, and they have in the parentheses Native Made Pizzeria. But David did mention they offer delivery as well. So if you're not, up for the drive, you can always give them a call, and they'll be happy to deliver, and with a small fee, of course. But you can do it. So it's down Main Street, 307 Main Street, and you want to go ahead and relay that number for me, David, for how they can get a hold of you.
The phone number is 402-837-9352, and it's not a Macy landline. It is a cell phone number. So. And we do accept cash, card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Google Wallet, or whatever, however they say it.
Yeah.
So all that gets done on our POS system as well. So we do have American Express as a vendor too, that we can accept American Express cards as well. So
nice, very modernized as well. So thank you for coming on, David. If there's ever, say you guys have an announcement you want to share with the people, that's what the Big Voice is for. It's for a platform for those to come on and discuss anything that they may need to get out to the public. So feel free to definitely reach out to us and come back anytime.
Okay, and just to let everybody know that's listening, we will be here for the Res-Wide rummage sale that's happening on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So we will be selling pizzas by the slice, and we'll have some wings and stuff going on. And then we'll also be at the NICC down in Macy on Friday for their event that they got going on. So if you're just looking to sample some of the food before you actually buy a bigger portion of the food, you're more than welcome to come try it out.
Nice. Okay, so you can, as he mentioned, they'll be there on Saturday for the Winnebago That's what I said. I always put my words together. The Res-Wide Rummage. And so we're going to go ahead and, as David plugged in that's going to be this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I know there's a lot of vendors that are going to be coming up. And so this will be over there at the Ho-Chunk Village Farmers Market. You can stop in, and there'll be food, craft vendors. And also they're going to have hourly raffles and a grand prize offered by Ho-Chunk Inc. staff. They'll be providing a map for all sales in town, and just come on out for a big community event. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you do get that shared, let the people know, and that'll be this Saturday. So Friday, October 13th, we'll be having a live stream of the football game here. That's going to be a home game. The Winnebago Public School Indians are going to be playing here. I need to check that time though, but yeah, that's gonna be on Friday the 13th. I was like, just wanted to plug that in real quick. But yeah, so we'll just make a quick little transition here. Thanks, David, for coming on and for plugging in that rummage sale. Good thing you reminded me.
Good reminder.
No.
Yeah. But we're going to ask our next guest to come on. And so, again, you can come on and let us know anytime you need to relay some announcements to the public.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right.
You know what's funny? We found out we're related too.
Really?
Yeah, he's my neighbor.
Small
we met
world.
today.
There you go, man.
But real quick before I sneak out of here, make my exit. For my Bagel Bits upcoming in this next issue that'll be getting mailed out Friday, I'll be covering the 12 Clans Breast Cancer Awareness Walk. So I'll be talking about that. And then last week or the week before, I'm not too certain, The homecoming parade and royalty were crowned. So
Yeah.
we're talking about that. Shared some pictures in the wind.
You need any pictures too? I did go over there. We had that big screen event going on, so I kind of ran over there and I got some pictures from that as well. So
I'll be bugging you for that. And then I think I'll put it in the bits. I'm not too sure if I'll have a story in itself, but the newly elected tribal council members.
Yes.
So I'll be shouting them out, Victoria, Lorelai, and Eugene. So congratulations to them. Be having some photos for that.
Definitely. Congratulations to the newly elected. And we also did live stream that if you wanted to kind of get a recap of the oath of office. That's on the, so we did it over the Facebook for the Big Voice, but it's also available on the Winnebago Tribe's YouTube page. We live streamed that as well. Any other of your events you're going to be covering?
Not that I have written down now, but will we be doing dancers?
We'll probably do a little something.
Will Ben be here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Let's wrangle
So I want to
him.
give a shout out to early birthday shout out. Sunshine's birthday today. Happy
Today,
birthday to
really?
Sunshine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Sunshine.
So that's what's going on with the W.I.N, and we'll have a new issue coming out this week.
This Friday. So if anybody wants to update their address or interested in becoming a W.I.N contributor, that's weekly reminders about the deadline. And then if anyone just wants to submit something in general, like I don't know, birthday shout out or like a obituary, or just sorry about a yawn, but just anything like that, you can email me at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com.
All right. Well, thanks, Tyler, for stopping in and come back.
I'll be back to win.
But as she was mentioning, I wanted to kind of go through a save the date that I had seen. So we have a save the date coming for the Winnebago Environmental Protection Department. They'll be holding a fall community cleanup on October 18th to the 19th, Wednesday and Thursday, at the dump sites on Mercer Street. So more information on the event will be forthcoming. For questions, you can contact James Neff at 402-922-0442. And so I am now joined by some special guests, returning guests. Let you guys get situated.
Always up here. Always up here.
How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. We're
Good.
doing great. Yeah.
So what are you joining me in the studio for today?
So we have a big event. It is going to be this Friday the 13th. We got 4 o'clock to 8 p.m. and we have it for the big screen now. We're looking at some rain, and it is starting to look a little chilly on the weather. So we did reach out to Winnebago Public School, and we are able to utilize the multi-purpose gym. So if you guys are following us, you guys probably seen that we have the this is not so spooky family event, 0 to 18, all youth invited. We want as much families to come out as possible. This is the flyer here. We have Gigi, who's going to be doing face painting. We have Onipa Productions, who's going to be doing the photo booth. We got the 360 photo booth. We have 200 pumpkins that we're going to give out to the youth. And then this is in collaboration with the Sacred Care Children's Center down at Human Services. So if you guys can come out, we'll have bounty houses, we'll have food, costume contest. We're going to be showing the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown movie. And that's pretty much it. So just come on down Friday, follow our page, please, and then we'll give you guys updates on if we're going to have to move to Winnebago Public School. But for now, we're going to plan for the big screen.
Yeah, so let's hope that it does not rain so we can have that event down at the big
Fingers
screen.
crossed.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Cross those toes too. Just kidding. So what else did you guys have going on? I know that you guys had a football game over the weekend. Is that right?
Yep. Just to fill in everybody on what's going on at the Boys and Girls Club, we'll start with football. This past Sunday we played Omaha Nation. Pretty successful day. 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th both got the victories. 5th and 6th was by a landslide, kind of a little bit. But yeah, we have a pretty good football team. We're still in the works for this Sunday. Sounds like for the 3rd and 4th they will be playing in Homer.
Okay.
Against Homer. And then for the 5th and 6th, I believe we were trying to get Wisner Pilger again, and we'd probably go down to Wisner this time because they came here earlier in the season.
Okay.
And then as for the club, we're still doing all our pathway stuff, our little stuff, like the events coming up. September in general was a very successful month for us when it came to the fundraising. A lot of kids came out. It was just a very popular month, a very successful month, I would say. The homecoming parade was nice to get all the kids out.
Definitely. I'm going to show some of these for the visual.
Yep. It's just, it's the stuff we did for them was nice. Having them come out in big numbers like they did shows the school support and shows the Boys and Girls Club support. We just got a lot of stuff moving forward, and we'll always keep you guys updated. Follow the Facebook page. That's where you'll find us. That's really about it.
Yep. And as for like fundraising, that's one of the biggest things that we're pushing right now, especially in the direction that we're headed. In September, we're able to capture in revenues $7,141. So that's a big plus for us. In profits, we're able to profit $4,146. So in September, that was a good month for us, like you said. We're always going to be fundraising, so just make sure that you guys are supporting, come out to the events. In February, we're actually planning a gala event. We're trying to lock in the venue. And then in November, we have the Giving Tuesday event that we'll be posting online. So just make sure that you guys are following our Facebook page, and we'll be able to share that with you. Try to support as much as possible because those dollars go directly to the kids' future, our programming, supplies, and etc. It just helps us out.
Definitely. So I'm just going to kind of go through a visual of the Facebook page. So if you don't already follow them, you can go ahead and give them a follow, like and share so you can stay up to date. Say someone had a question about maybe an upcoming event or maybe something about their child to join the Boys and Girls Club. How can they get a hold of you guys?
So you can get in contact with me. My phone number is 402-922-3206. My email is denton.porter@winnebagotribe.com. But, if you just call down to the club, ask to speak to either me or Greg, we'll be glad to answer any questions any parents have.
Also, Allie Frenchman's a good resource, too, for any of the family questions. She deals directly with the littles age group. So if you got someone in K3, just make sure to reach out. You could talk to either of us. Otherwise, you could talk to Allie. She's good with the families, too.
Okay. All right. So any other exciting news you guys got for us?
Just only thing that I really have, and I'll probably just finish up here, is just the direction that we're headed. We have a lot of moving pieces going on. Like you said, September is a super busy month, but we're also growing and expanding. So we have some additions to our board. We have some additions to our resource development fundraising committee, and then we have some new additions to our safety committee. So everyone that's on board on our team, I appreciate all the work that you do for our club. Exciting stuff coming up in the future, especially with our new building on the horizon.
Definitely exciting. And then also with that recent raffle that you guys did for the Star Quilt, that one was a pretty good success.
It actually brought a lot of people out to the football game. We did make a lot of sales, and the donor, we're thanking them again. Really nice Star Quilt that was graciously given to us. And then the winner, who won it?
Nona
Bearskin.
Yep.
Yeah, huge turnout. It was a beautiful Star Quilt, satin Star Quilt, queen sized, and we are very grateful for that donation.
Awesome. So thanks guys for stopping in and sharing some of that. Looking forward, hoping that it doesn't rain on Friday so we can have that event down at the big screen. I just pulled up this quick visual of Nona. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to her. She's really awesome.
Yep.
She won that Star Quilt for us. But if you guys have anything else that you can think of, feel free to come on and join us, and be happy to help get that announcement out to the public.
Of course.
Sounds good.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, have a great day, guys.
Yep, you too.
All right, so I've been joined here in the studio by some more guests here, and so I'm gonna have them join me here up at the table real quick while he's getting ready. I just wanted to run through. So if you were joining us yesterday, we had the big hour over the noon hour, and so just wanted to remind everybody the big hour is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are live over the noon hour. We do get into some replays throughout the day. We have our Tuesday Winnebago Talks, and then we are going to have Weekend Jammers 5 p.m. today with DJ Huge. Wednesday, Big Voice Sports Talk Show with Coach Q and Triple B. And then Thursday, you can join me for All Requests Live, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we'll also have the Friday Night Hot Mix with DJ Blue. So he had season 2 premiere this past Friday. So if you didn't catch that, we'll get that mix over the airwaves again soon. But we'll have the Friday Night Hot Mix and then Midnight Love with MCBKC. And we'll be gearing up for a new episode of Indigenous Voice with Morningstar Counseling and Society of Care. So that's kind of a run through with some of the programming, but I have been joined here by, I'll let you go ahead and give your introduction.
So my name's Caden Cleveland. I am part of the Ho Chunk Inc. And I work in the Community Impact and Engagement Department. I am the Community Programs Coordinator 1. Just got a few updates on Ho Chunk's behalf.
Yeah.
For the first one, it's coming up this month. It's a Ho Chunk Inc. Community Update Forum or session.
Mm-hmm.
I sent it to you through your email.
My email? Okay.
Yep. This one will be updating on Winnebago's economic growth.
Okay.
It's open to all Winnebago community members and tribal members. It'll be held on October 24th at the Blackhawk Community Center. It'll be from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Catered by Art Eats, and we'll have some swag for the first 50 people, and we have a few door prizes. Some of the big ones is like a TV, so
Ooh.
Try to come down and win some and learn about the economic growth.
Let's see here. All these little things popping up. So I have a visual for those that are tuned in on the live stream. Go ahead, Caden. Can you run back through some of this for the visual here?
Yes, it'll be on October 24th at the Blackhawk Community Center from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Come on down. We got some door prizes, some swag, Ho Chunk Inc. swag for the first 50 people. Some of the door prizes are like a TV, some other Ho Chunk Inc. gear. It's open to all community members and tribal members. Food catered by Art Eats. Just come on down and learn about the Winnebago's economic growth.
Definitely. Tuesday, October 24th. So again, 5:30 to 7 p.m. So that's going to be coming up. Save the date. Write that in your calendars right now. What else do you got for us, Caden?
So article that just came out like 3 days ago from Flatwater Free Press is just talking about the purchasement of land. I think like 3 tribes in Nebraska, Winnebago being part of it. It's like a good little article talking about how Winnebago or how tribes are buying back their land from the government. There's a good article talking about Aaron, how he teaches about to the Winnebago students and college students about how they Ho Chunk farms can like bring back that land.
Yeah. So 3 Nebraska tribes are done losing land. Now they're buying. That's the title for that article.
I think the tribes are Winnebago tribe, the Ponca tribe, and according to this, it says the Iowa tribe of Kansas and Nebraska.
Awesome. So we'll share that on the page if you wanted to go ahead and give a read for that. Those that are our listeners, and go ahead and read that. Check it out.
Yeah, it's a good article. Talks about a lot of history in it, and it's just something to bring to your attention and something that you don't know and what's going on.
Some real good information included in there. All right, and
So
then
on our next one, moving on, back in September 28th, 2 weeks ago. Leader Siouxland held a orientation for the classes at the Sioux City Public Library. There was 3 participants from Ho Chunk Inc. and 2 Winnebago tribal members participated in it. We got Ho Chunk Farms, Corey Cleveland, Ho Chunk Capitals, Marshall Bass, and Sweetwater's Bianca Mendez. They just went there, represent their teams, and learned about the history of the program and Siouxland. Willie Bass is the president. He worked with the board to help develop and evolve the Siouxland curriculum and overall program experience. Just a few pictures of the class that's happening. Also on the leadership of Siouxland board is Daniel Gutierrez from Pony Corporate.
Okay, a lot of familiar faces involved. All right, exciting.
And then on our last one, I just want to bring attention to the Elder Homes update.
Oh, yep, I seen that.
Yeah, it's all coming together. It's almost quite done. I know like a few elders are being moved into the homes. Right now it's just the apartment complex right behind. I'm not quite sure on who's available to. Like from what I heard, it would be available to nurses that would go and just attend to the elders. But yeah, it's coming together, looking good.
It does. It looks real beautiful. It's good use of that land over there. It's like, just think it used to just be a cornfield over there.
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Awesome. So it's going to be coming. It's coming to fruition right there. The elder housing. Exciting. So with that, Kaden, you got anything else for us?
That's pretty much it for this week, and hopefully I got more news for you guys next week and so on.
Some good, exciting news, though. This is good information for our listeners, especially maybe those that didn't know about some of those that took place.
Oh, yeah. It's just been pretty much busy all of these past months with our apprenticeship program going, and then a lot of other community events going on. So I was able to come up here, had some free time, and share some news with you guys.
Yeah, feel free to come back next week. We didn't have the episode last week due to the elections and the tribe being closed and stuff, but we'll be live again next week. So if you have anything else within the week, feel free to come back and share for our listeners.
Yep, will do.
All right, well, you have a good day, sir.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so I do have one more special guest I'm gonna have come up and join. So just some real quick background on the next special guest. We've been working on aligning schedules so she can come on and she can discuss a really important topic to Indian country. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her mic'd up, and you mic check me. You can wear the headphones. It helps for you to hear yourself.
Okay. All right. How's this?
Beautiful. So who do I have here in the studio today?
Well, good morning. My name is Danelle Smith, and I'm a partner with Big Fire Law and Policy Group, and I currently serve as general counsel for the Winnebago tribe.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Danelle. I know you're very, very busy. I've been personally excited for this one. So what did you come on to discuss today for our listeners?
Well, thank you for having me. I know we worked for quite some time to try to get the schedules to line up, and so I'm really glad to have an opportunity to be here with you today. The Tribal Council asked me to come on to the show to talk about a very important Supreme Court case that happened earlier this year called Helen v. W.I.N, and it has to do with the Indian Child Welfare Act. So I thought it would be helpful to talk a little bit about the background of the Indian Child Welfare Act, just to provide some education to the listeners, and talk a little bit about the case and how important it is for Indian country.
Definitely. I think it's really great and really important to be shared to maybe those that don't know what the Indian Child Welfare Act is. So, like, to my understanding, it definitely protects our Native American children. Could you kind of give the textbook definition of what it consists of?
Sure. So the Indian Child Welfare Act was adopted by Congress in 1978, and the whole purpose of what's commonly called ICWA is to protect Indian families. So it is a federal law that places additional protections in cases that involve removal of Indian children to be placed in foster care or in adoption proceedings. So it applies primarily in state courts when there's removal proceedings, but it also has provisions that affect removal cases on reservations as well.
Okay. And so with the, was it Helen and Brackeen?
Yep, Helen v. Brackeen.
Helen v. Brackeen. So how does that correlate with the Indian Child Welfare Act?
So the Indian Child Welfare Act, as I said, is intended to protect Indian children. Prior to ICWA, there was a very high rate of removal of Indian children from Indian families, and that was happening across the country. And before ICWA, about 1/3 of Indian children were removed from Indian homes. And another kind of alarming statistic about that is of those children who were removed from Indian homes, about 85% were actually placed with non-native people. So it was really, kind of came on the tail of, well, not really even the tail, but in combination with, the history in the United States about just trying to break up Indian families and break up Indian communities.
Yep.
So it was like a systematic situation that was devastating to Indian communities. And so to deliberately remove kids and place them with non-Indian families affected the very survival of Indian tribes throughout the country. So the Brackeen case was sort of bubbling up, so to speak, for years. And it involved actually three different cases. Primarily the Brackeen case, which came up out of Texas. And there were two other cases that were involved as well, one that came out of Nevada and another out of Minnesota. And that case was challenging the constitutionality of the Indian Child Welfare Act. So it was a very important case, and there were a lot of people that were very concerned about it, advocates for ICWA, wanting to make sure that ICWA stays intact because it is a very important law for Indian tribes. And that case was finally decided in June, and the Supreme Court ruled in favor of ICWA. So that was, basically the bottom line. In a 7-2 decision, the United States Supreme Court said that the Indian Child Welfare Act is constitutional, so it's a valid law and it remains in place.
That is really great news. And that's the vote itself, 7-2, says a lot as well.
Yes.
So it's good that they upheld that.
Right. And there was, like I said, a lot of support for the case. During the Supreme Court briefing, in a Supreme Court case, other people who are interested in the case can join briefs. They can file briefs and basically put forward their position and their support for the case or against the case. And in this case, I just have some statistics here. Notably, there were 497 separate tribal nations who signed on to amicus briefs in this case in support of ICWA, along with 62 Native organizations, 23 states, along with the District of Columbia, 87 Congresspeople, 27 child welfare and other organizations signed on to 27 separate briefs. So it just goes to show how very important this case is to Indian tribes throughout the country, that so many people were paying such close attention to it and that they signed on in support of it, including the Winnebago tribe.
Definitely. And it also kind of goes to show how much can be accomplished when you come together like that.
Exactly.
So I really like that.
Yeah. So I guess just a little bit more background about the Indian Child Welfare Act. I think one common misconception sometimes is that ICWA applies in all custody proceedings.
Yeah.
So sometimes, people think that if there's a dispute like between a mom and a dad and one of the parents is native and one is non-native, people think that, well, ICWA applies and the native parent will be able to keep the child. Well, that's not really the case. The Indian Child Welfare Act applies in situations where there's like a foster care placement, so a removal of a child for abuse or neglect, or even in a voluntary case where somebody wants to voluntarily give their child up for adoption. So those are the kinds of cases that it applies to, and it does not apply in custody proceedings between parents.
Real quick, now I'm going to share like a personal story that ICWA kind of affected me with my boys. So I have two boys that they're essentially they're my adopted sons. I got one when he was 2 and his older brother was 4. Now they're 8 and 10. So whenever they first came into my life, when they first came into my life, they were placed, prior to coming into my life, they were placed with a non-native family. And the non-native family, she only wanted to adopt Ethan when he was only 2 at the time. She only wanted to adopt him, but she wanted to give his 2 older brothers back to the tribal service, or the tribal child protective services. And so essentially that the Indian Child Welfare Act helped keep them together. So they're still together to this day.
Wow.
Which I guess I like personally was really happy that it worked out for all of the native children.
Right. Yeah. That's really awesome. So that's a great example, Bethany, of the Indian Child Welfare Act helping to keep siblings together and keep them with a native person. So
definitely,
that's great. And kudos to you too for being willing to take children in that situation and raise them as your own. That's really awesome.
Thank you. I just whenever this first came to light, I guess I didn't really understand like the bigger picture part of it, but with a lot of like different examples that are brought forward, and this one that you're talking about, the what was it again? Something
Brackeen. Yep.
Brackeen. With this case, like it's just kind of like it just goes to show that when we all come together, like it'll work out in our favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Sticking together.
Yeah, I think the other important thing about this case too is why it's so critical. It's not only just about the Indian Child Welfare Act, but about tribal rights in general and the whole basis and premise for federal Indian law. Because as you dig deeper and look into it, a lot of times with court cases, it seems like just this one little isolated situation. But the Supreme Court of the United States doesn't get involved in cases unless it's something of broader importance.
Yeah.
So they have it's optional to the Supreme Court about whether they even take a case or not. So the fact that this Indian Child Welfare Act case, made it all the way to the Supreme Court, and they found that it was important enough to take this case and make a decision on it, that emphasizes the importance of it. But also the fact that the people who were challenging ICWA were challenging the constitutionality of it, and whether basically they were saying and questioning whether Congress had the ability to pass the law in the first place. And if this case was lost, that could actually have sort of a snowball effect and impact other federal laws that govern the relationship between the United States and tribes. So it could have had, and it does have, much bigger implications for Indian law just as a whole and as in general, and just the existence of tribes and the laws that impact how we operate within the United States.
Definitely. So it made me think of during the homecoming celebration when Garen, I don't remember which day it was, but he had a lot of good words to share on it with like different things that like our Native American people went through, and we're still here.
Exactly.
So it's just continuing on the fight.
Right, exactly. So, it also emphasizes, I guess, the need for us to pay attention to federal policy, to pay attention to what's going on around us. And, sometimes people, can't accomplish what they want to get done through Congress, and so they go through the courts. And who serves on our Supreme Court and what their positions are really matters to us, as does whoever's in Congress. So I also, through this conversation, wanted to mention a little bit about the situation in Winnebago. So the Indian Child Welfare Act, of course, also, I mentioned that it does impact on reservation cases as well. So under the Indian Child Welfare Act, if there's a child removal or adoption proceeding on reservation, the ICWA says that the tribe has exclusive jurisdiction of those cases. So a state court or a county court couldn't come onto the reservation and take jurisdiction over something that's happening here with regard to removal proceedings. So the tribe has its own Child and Family Services department that handles all of those cases. And under ICWA, the tribe has a right to intervene in a removal or adoption proceeding that's happening anywhere in the country with regard to a Winnebago child. So the tribe has an ICWA committee that reviews those cases and works in cooperation with the Child and Family Services to make those decisions about whether it makes sense for the tribe to intervene and whether to ask for the case to be transferred to tribal court as well. So that's something else that's really important. And then the other thing, I saw some statistics from our Child and Family Services department. And as of this summer, these numbers were from June of 2023. There were 85 Winnebago children that were involved in foster care right now in Winnebago. So, we're a pretty small community, and that's a lot of kids. So, and I know that the Child and Family Services Department is always looking for people to serve as foster care placements, particularly, of course, Native families and Winnebago families in particular. So, just want to kind of mention that too, because it's pretty important for people to think about that. And not only is it important that the tribe has a right to intervene in these cases and to have these priority placement preferences to try to keep Winnebago children with Winnebago families, but they need Winnebago families to put them, safe places for them to go while their parents are, trying to get themselves sorted out and hopefully get their children back.
Definitely. And that's good that you made mention of that too, because there are, I personally know of someone that's interested in becoming a foster parent, so maybe they didn't know that these resources or certain things existed, so it's good that, they have that information now. Yeah. So if anybody's interested in becoming a foster parent, they should reach out to the Child and Family Services Department and, figure out what the steps are to get the training and get the resources they need in order to provide that service. Definitely. Well, Danelle, I really appreciate the insight that you included with that of kind of like starting at home. We have these numbers that we need to kind of take into consideration, and if you are able to, just from like a personal aspect, I think that anyone out there listening, if you're able to, you should really definitely consider becoming a foster parent, even if it's just a temporary situation for the child. And oftentimes it is, because a lot of the goal for it is to reunite families back together. And so I think if we can all come together, we can find a solution. Yes, absolutely. And I guess one last thing I'll share too, just on the personal side, Bethany, since you shared something like that too. I'm adopted, and I was very fortunate to be adopted by a Winnebago family and raised in Winnebago. I was born here and raised here, and even though I was not able to stay with my biological family, the fact that I had a Winnebago couple, a Winnebago family who was willing to adopt me along with my brothers, was really fortunate. And who knows what would have happened if that wasn't the case. So this is something that's really personal to me as well. Definitely. Thank you for sharing that, Danelle. And I know that for anybody that doesn't know, Danelle's known me since before I was even born. Actually, since you were born, I was there. So I really admire and appreciate you as a person, and I'm really glad that I was able to conduct this with you today for today's episode. And with yesterday being Indigenous Peoples Day, I think it was really awesome that we can kind of share a small victory that Indigenous peoples are still kind of accomplishing, even at a Supreme Court level. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you for stopping in, and I just wanted to kind of plug it in. I know that you and I had shared. I think it'd be really awesome if we could kind of arrange to get like a legal perspective, even if it's just once a month, and kind of have someone from Big Fire come up and share with our listeners some of the things that are going on across Indian country.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We'd love to do that.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, Danelle. I hope that you have a really awesome day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys back up here soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Bethany.
Thank you. All right. And so I did see that I had another guest in there, Sunshine, birthday month celebrity. And so real quick, I did make mention earlier in the programming that we had a lot of our programming coming through for the week. So on Monday, we had our the Big Hour episode. That's Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We have Tuesday Winnebago Talks, which we're in the midst of right now. And then we'll get into the Weekend Jammers with DJ Huge, 5 p.m. Here on the Big Voice. Wednesdays, we'll get into the Big Voice Sports Talk Show with Coach Q. And on Thursday, we'll have All Requests Live. But I also wanted to make mention, we do have a Ho Chunk Inc. apprentice that has been up here with us for the fall semester. And so we'll have a new debut for season 2 of the Baby Bison Beats show. So she'll be debuting that this Thursday. So keep an eye out for that announcement. So happy birthday.
Thank you. I love your Chosawa outfit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it is my birthday. I'm super old.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I realized how old I was. I didn't know.
It's like, I'm not looking at the
I'm
number.
not looking at that number no more. I'll just stay with 40. So today I'm here to talk about Indigenous Peoples Day and the history in America about it. So on October 11th, 2021, President Biden proclaimed that this day, the second Monday in October, which was yesterday, to be Indigenous Peoples Day. And I am not going to read his whole speech, but I'm going to read the first couple paragraphs.
Okay.
Since time immemorial, American Indians, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians have built vibrant and diverse cultures, safeguarding land, language, spirit, knowledge, and tradition across the generations. On Indigenous Peoples Day, our nation celebrates the invaluable contributions and resilience of Indigenous peoples, recognizes their inherent sovereignty, and commits to honoring the federal government's trust and treaty obligations to tribal nations. Our country was conceived on a promise of equality and opportunity for all people, a promise that, despite the extraordinary progress we have made through the years, we have never fully lived up to. That is especially true when it comes to upholding the rights and dignity of the Indigenous people who were here long before the colonization of the Americas began. For generations, federal policies systematically sought to assimilate and displace Native people and eradicate Native cultures. Today, we recognize Indigenous peoples' resilience and strength, as well as the immeasurable positive impact that they have made on every aspect of American society. We also recommit to supporting a new, brighter future of promise and equity for tribal nations, a future grounded in tribal sovereignty and respect for human rights of Indigenous peoples in the Americas and around the world. So I just wanted to read that first couple paragraphs. I thought it was important. And that happened in 2021. And the second Monday of October is usually Columbus Day as well. So we don't like that guy.
Nope.
And he didn't discover anything. So we're all very well aware of that.
Yes.
And I think that it's important to remember that we, although very late, we're given this recognition from the office of the president. And hopefully that will continue to encourage our tribes and show a recognition of who we are. Not that we need that recognition. But I
Yeah.
think that it's important that through everything, you know, all the bad things that have happened to tribes, not just ours, but that there was some sort of recognition that, you know, didn't go great for us. So I think that it's like a victory of tribes in a sense, and of indigenous people. We aren't the only ones that suffered. You know, it started down south for our southern relatives as well. You know, from the Spanish colonization as well for, you know, the Mayans, and there's tribes there that are no longer, we won't ever know anything about them because they were just decimated. As well as on the East Coast, because they were the first people to come in contact with, you know, the colonizers and Columbus and whomever came from, you know, the European settlers.
Yeah.
So that we are still here, and no matter what they did, through removals, disease, genocide, famine, racism, the boarding school era, relocation era, the issues we have with states, the termination era, we are not only just alive, but we are revitalizing our languages and cultures, and slowly getting our lands back and building stronger communities, and trying to live with a foot in both worlds, with Western education, and but also being tied to our cultures and who we are as a people. So I think that just with that, I wanted to say, you know, this is the time for us to really take importance in ourselves, but also, you know, to put away our differences and to work together as tribes to ensure that we are here together and still tribes, you know, hundreds of years from now, and let the, you know, the differences go and continue to support one another and to be present now, but also look for toward our future, ensure that we are still here.
Definitely. I think it's really a big, it goes into correlation with the previous guest we had on, Miss Danelle Smith. She's talking about the Indian Child Welfare Act. And one of the things that came to mind when we were talking was, I did make mention of it. Did you get to hear Garen's speech during the homecoming celebration when he was talking about just all the things that like our Native people went through, and he's like, and we're still here.
Yeah.
So, like, every time I hear that,
there
that's
the
what,
whole powwow. So yeah,
we're still here. But just,
yeah, it was kind of fired you up when you start hearing those things, you know, and it makes you want to continue to make change and be part of the change, and hope that people just, you know, start joining you in that mission.
No, one thing too is like a personal, like, I guess a personal view on it is like revitalizing the language, like just starting there as well, just so like our language can continue on.
Yeah.
Like, practicing it in any way. My mom, she always like tries to practice it with us. So she'll talk Ho Chunk with my niece, and she'd be saying little things here and there.
That's
so
cute.
it's just like seeing that, and then like it gives me the motivation to want to take it more serious and like actually learn.
Well, I think it's really hard though, you know, because we all have to work, we all have to do all these other things, take care of our families, and also dedicate that time to learning our language. It's difficult, you know, and some of us go to school, some of us, you know, have really young children. It's hard to put that in there, but I think that Renaissance has done an amazing job at, you know, with the apps and different things that they try to do to encourage that. I would like to see more of our leadership doing that from the top to show that it is important to them as well, so it could have like a trickle down effect. You know?
Yep. I know what you mean. And then on top of that too, we do have coming up tomorrow, they'll be having the harvest celebration. So it's gonna go with the Indigenous Peoples Day. If you wanted to kind of come out and celebrate, just dance, just to be around some good vibes. They'll be having the harvest celebration tomorrow. See if I can grab that flyer real quick here.
I know I have to miss it, so I'm sad. But I have a repatriation and reburial tomorrow, so I thought it was going to be last week, and then wasn't it supposed to be the week before? So
yeah.
My prayers to the mourners. We try to honor them when we kind of shut down and just give them that peace, but it's just really hard for our people nowadays with all the losses.
Mm-hmm. And that was something that I think that it's really important, like as a community, when when there's a family that's going through a loss and they're mourning, as a community, everybody kind of is mindful of that. So if there's something like to take place, like either they'll postpone or cancel, or ask the family if it's okay to carry on with the event, but most times it'll get postponed or canceled. So
yeah,
I think in that you don't see that out anywhere else, so it's just kind of more personal to like our community, but you know what I mean, our surrounding communities as well, but you don't see that out in the world. So
it's a lot different out in the non-native world. There isn't that consideration given to families, and things are way different than how they are here. So I really enjoy everything that we do for our peoples.
Definitely. The Wahagi Washka, how do I say? Am I saying that wrong?
Wahagi
Washka. Harvest celebration and green corn dance. So come on down tomorrow, Wednesday, October 11th. It'll be located at the Blackhawk Center Gym. There's going to be a dinner at 5 p.m., grand entry at 7 p.m. And so we'll have head man dancer Dylan Bearskin, head woman dancer Geraldine Bear, host drum New Breed, arena director Isaac Smith, master of ceremonies Craig Cleveland Jr. We'll have the senior and the junior Miss Harvest celebrations. Fiona Soap is the senior, Ileana Smith is the junior, and there's going to be an honorarium for all dancers. Contest for the Harvest Princess, two-step potato dance, and the Ho Chunk applique special.
Ooh, is it Iron Woman like they did up north?
That was awesome.
That
was awesome. So there's going to be a Best Harvest Traditional Dish contest as well. So I know that because this was supposed to take place last week, the flyer, it still has the sign up by October 2nd. I'll have to verify that with my team on that end, because we're kind of helping out with that best traditional dish. But if you have any questions, you can reach out to Tyler at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com. We're going to have a first, second, and third place with the trophy and some mazaska.
Ooh.
So if you have any vendor questions, you can contact Emily 402-878-4135.
Where's it going to be held now?
The Blackhawk Community Center Gym.
Oh, okay.
So the dinner's at 5 p.m., grand entry at 7. And so the Winnebago Tribe is not responsible for accidents or theft. Absolutely no alcohol or drugs permitted in the area, and security will be held down by the Bear Clan.
Oh, nice.
So it looks like I'm gonna be holding it down.
I won't be there, so you'll have to hold it down for me.
But I'm excited for that. We're gonna be live streaming that as well, so
good.
Where you're at, you could tune in virtually.
Yes.
So that's gonna be coming up, and then I believe I did get an email about another upcoming event I want to make mention of. I know I still got some time for this one, but just to put it on your radar. So for our listeners, there's a upcoming event. You want to make sure you save the date for this one. We have the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So the event's going to be on October 27th of this month. And then the mini health fair will be taking place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Educational booths with some screenings will be there. So for blood pressure, blood sugars, nutrition, weight management, exercise, mental health, mammogram scheduling, STIs, tobacco, and vaping. So this will be located at the lower level of the hospital in the health department. You can enter from the lower west door where the GSA lot is located. That's where all the vehicles are at. And this is with the Winnebago Public Health Department. If you have any questions, you can give them a call at 402-878-2258. October 27th.
I would like them to do something. Janelle, didn't we do a run or something? And it had to do with cancer. That was years ago. Me and Greg.
Adams Nature Preserve.
Yeah.
That was the June Island 5K.
Oh, okay. I would like to see them do something like that because, you know, I just recently lost both my mothers to cancer and would like to see more of a showing for that because I think a lot of tribal members are dealing with cancer and the numbers seem to be rising. So it's something that we really need to get awareness out there and get your screenings. It's not just breast screenings, but it's a lot of different other screenings, especially for men. And but having that information and making people more aware to go get checked out. And there's nothing wrong with going to get checked out. You know, we all go get our breast screenings and whatnot, you know, but just to be safe and to continue to, you know, be here for our people, our kids. Super important.
Utilizing the resources available as
well.
Well, those are some of the upcoming things that we have. So I'll just kind of take a look at some of these comments. Why aren't the respective tribal nations of Nebraska petitioning the state to teach their respective history in the classroom?
As far as I know, that I think Judy Gayashkabash and them have been working on some of that. Do you know anything about that, Danelle? As far as I know, but we were just talking about this last night at the Chief Standing Bear banquet. And we really need for Nebraska tribes to come together and have a discussion. And I would be more than willing to open up my doors if we could all get together and discuss some of the issues that we're facing here in Nebraska. And then, you know, get down there to talk to Judy or whomever. But there is this huge push in not allowing tribes to share their history and have that in the education area of our schools. But you know, many other states are dealing with this same issue. So
it's countrywide.
Thank you, whoever that is. I should actually try to get a hold of everybody for the different tribes and see if we can get something together. I know we always talk about it, but we're also always very busy. And some things get pushed to the back burner when they shouldn't.
Definitely got it back on the radar, though. Danelle, since I still have you here, could I ask you to come back up real quick? Because I was looking in the comments and I had a question in here. There's a question that was submitted for the discussion you and I were having. So we had, she's on 4. Jamie, shout out to Jamie. She said, did the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska's General Council submit an amicus brief?
For the Winnebago Tribe in the W.I.N case? Is that what she's asking?
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah, the Winnebago Tribe did sign on to an amicus brief that was coordinated by the Native American Rights Fund. So, yes.
Okay.
And can you explain that a bit? What the, because that's the ICWA case, right?
Yeah. So I was up here just a little while ago before you came in, Sunshine, talking about the W.I.N Supreme Court case that was decided earlier this year. And so I was talking about how many tribes all across the country signed on to amicus brief, which basically means a friend of the court. So if there's a case pending before the Supreme Court, anybody who's in support or opposed to it can file a brief that says what their position is with regard to the case. And so the Winnebago Tribe did sign on to a case that was coordinated by the Native American Rights Fund in support of ICWA.
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Jamie, for submitting that question there. That was just, I guess that was the only.
All right.
But usually we do kind of close out the show with my answer is, but we're missing our main co-host today. He's holding down the fort down at the chambers, so I had to sub in today. But I don't have no my answer is or no trivia. I'm not.
What about shout outs? Do you have your shout outs?
I got my shout outs though.
Oh, okay.
So
let's do shout outs then.
I'll let you girls go ahead and.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Danelle. You were here first.
Oh, I'm just catching up here. You go first. I'm not usually here for this part.
Okay, so I have a shout out for everybody who has a birthday in October. And my daughter's birthday is coming up. She's finally going to be 18. She feels like she's been 17 for 5 years now. So, so happy birthday to my daughter, Eva. And I love you. And I don't know. That's it.
Oh, I'll go next. So I wanted to say happy birthday. My shout outs are going to consist of birthday shout outs. So my shout out is to Sunshine over here. Happy birthday. And then I want to send a early happy birthday shout out to our WIN office manager out there, Tyler Snake. I believe her birthday is tomorrow or Thursday.
Oh, a bunch of Libras.
Yes. And then I want to send a belated happy birthday shout out to my nephew / godson, Christian LaPointe Jr., aka Kitchi. And happy early birthday to my niece, Danessa Bradley LaPointe. Her birthday's on the 13th, October 13th, Friday the 13th.
Friday.
Yes.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, I don't have any birthday shout outs other than Sunshine. Happy birthday, Sunshine.
Thank you.
It's really good to see you here today. So I'll just shout out to you ladies right here. Sunshine, I really like the work that you do, and I know we're working on a project right now too. So shout out for you. I know you mentioned that you're in school too, working on another degree.
Yeah, for fun.
Yeah, for fun even. I love it. So good work. Keep up the good work. I'm really proud of everything that you're doing. And to Bethany too, she mentioned earlier about, how I've known her since before she was born. So I'm really excited to see you, Bethany, and all the work that you're doing and everything you're making happen here at KWTN. And I really love the radio station and all of the cool things that you guys are doing. And I'm excited to see, what its future holds. So shout out to you guys.
Thank you. And thanks for coming up today.
Yes.
So with that, guys, we're going to close out today's show. But on a positive, real happy note, I wanted to make mention we do have some new shows coming in the works, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. So I hope everybody is having a beautiful day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure you stay tuned with us. We have some good programming lined up for this week. And so I usually just like to make note that everybody should just kind of be mindful. We never really know what anyone's going through, so just be good to each other and be good to yourself.
Yes.
So have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.